Hey guys, how are we doing? It's a rainy Thursday right now, and I'm sitting in my cool little hotel room in the Hilton in Stockholm, and there's an awesome view of Stockholm City behind me, which I'm really grateful for. It's just really nice. I love watching the trains go past and stuff like that. Really exciting. Let me just show you out there. It looks really cool. There's some cool buildings out there and stuff. I'm going to learn a little bit more about actually what they all are and learn a bit more about the history of Sweden, since I'm going to be living here for a while. But for now I'm just enjoying the aesthetics and enjoying the view. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what exactly it takes to break the mold and actually become really successful in your Amazon businesses. Obviously this is an Amazon group. Declan, yes, you should be able to see me. Obviously this is an Amazon group, so we'll be focusing on Amazon, how to be successful in Amazon, but this stuff applies to whatever area of life you want success in, right? Whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your health, whether it's in your business, your finances, whatever it is, success basically is relatable, okay? If you want to be successful in one area, listen to a motivational speaker and they'll tell you the rules for success, right? And it applies whether you want to get into acting, whether you want to get into music, whether you want to get into business. It's basically the same concept, and there's absolutely no coincidence that all the successful people who have had great results and outstanding results pretty much all say the same things. Okay, this is basically the truth. And one thing to remember, guys, is that success doesn't just happen, right? It's an evolution. It's not just, something that happens all of a sudden. It's a process of continual action and continual effort over a very long period of time. Like, we sometimes only see success as something that happens, like when someone posts up a screenshot in the group of crazy sales that they've had. You think, wow, that guy got successful. Well, it's not the case. He's been working on it for months, years on end to get there. So it's not something that just happens. So today what I wanted to do is actually put together 3 simple steps for you to actually ensure you get success, right? Take the mystery out of it, take the hoping, the praying out of it, and actually just put it into action and actually get there, and give you a solid action plan to actually get there, to make sure that you're successful, you break the mold, you reach those crazy goals in your head and actually have the chance to change your life. So step number 1, and this is probably something a lot of people overlook. They kind of think it's not that important, or it's cheesy, or it's not relevant. But I think it's actually the most important thing that you'll ever possess if you want to get results and you really want to break the mold and actually impress your friends and truly surpass what everybody thought you were capable of, right? And it's mindset and environment. Okay, so mindset is basically, what's your perspective? What's your perspective on your journey? I mean, are you expecting this to happen within a couple of weeks? Are you expecting to see crazy results within a couple of weeks? I mean, that's never going to happen. So you need to have the perspective of trying and deciding that it's inevitable that your results are going to come at some point soon. Okay? So rather than being kind of expectant of results happening really soon, being in it for the long run, but at the same time knowing that it's going to happen, provided you listen to the advice people give you, follow the things you're learning, and actually take the action needed to get there. Okay, so mindset is really important, but also environment. And what do I mean by that? Okay, so lots of things that happen to all of us are really influential on how much results you get. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Basically, the people around you, the things you surround yourself with, are actively changing things happening in your subconscious mind and affecting your attitude throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout months and years, right? If there's people around you who are naysayers, who don't think that you can really do anything other than just have a 9-to-5 job, or people who just complain all the time, or you're surrounding yourself by the news all the time, watching images of really horrible things happening around the world and scaring yourself, that's going to have a really big effect on you, and it's actually going to affect whether you're successful or not. So your environment is really, really, really important. And actually, one of the things that's helped me the most, and I have to really show my gratitude for this, but one of the things that's helped me the most to actually become successful and get results that I wanted was hanging around with other people who have got the exact same goals and mindset and expectations from themselves as me. I hang around with my friend Tom Wade. A few of you probably know him quite a lot, quite well. And he's really, from us two hanging out together, has really, really changed my mindset and changed my environment, so much so that I actually have started to achieve things that I never thought I could achieve just because we've been hanging out together. Right, and you'll find as soon as you get someone in your life that wants the same crazy results that you want, and you're both going at it together, and that person doesn't complain, they're positive, they're into self-development, once you surround yourself with people like that, then you'll realize that results start to happen without you even realizing, okay? So environment is just so important. An environment will actually feed into your mindset. So that's step number one. It's environment and mindset. They're probably the two main things, and everything else seems to just fall into place once you've got that, okay? Once you're surrounding yourself by people who are positive, you're feeding great things into your subconscious mind. So that means motivational videos, that means self-development, books, tapes, whatever it is. Just make sure your environment is really positive and productive, and that will be the main thing that's going to separate you from everyone else. So that's step number one. Step number two is mechanics. Okay, we all know that you obviously, for example, you can't build a house without the foundations, right? You're not going to be able to build a wall without learning how to lay bricks. So mechanics are obviously really, really, really important. Now, luckily for you guys, in this group at the top, I don't know if you've seen it already, so loads of you are using it all the time. You've actually got a great fast start guide there for you, which people have been getting great results with. And, you know, that's there for you for free. 4 videos for you, exactly how to find stock, analyze it, send it into your account, and make profit. So the mechanics are there for you. Well, that's a snippet of them, right? That's the basics. Now, mindset, in my opinion, is a lot more important than mechanics. Mechanics kind of sort themselves out. As Tony Robbins says, 80% is mindset, 20% is mechanics. Now, one thing you can do if you haven't done already is join in on a masterclass. I've actually got one tonight. If you go to ecommercefreedom.com/webinar, you can join in at 8 PM, and I'm going to be going through exactly how to build a £1,000 a month business selling on Amazon. I highly recommend you join me there. I'm going to be sitting on that chair over there, talking into that microphone, looking out this view, teaching you guys exactly how to build a solid business with Amazon. So definitely join in there. That's a bit of mechanics for you. And basically, once you get this stuff down, it brings us on to step number 3. Okay, so step number 1, mindset and environment. Most important one. Step number 2, get the mechanics down, understand how things work, learn how to look for stock if you're talking about Amazon here, learn how to analyze it, how to send it in, and how all the basics and all the things work. Get used to it. Absorb material. Okay, absorb material. And step number 3 is consistent action. Now, this is the part that most people just completely fail to do, right? Consistent action. You have to be ridiculously consistent. A lot of personal trainers, actually, to use the health as a metaphor for this, a lot of personal trainers say there's a real pattern that they see in clients that is basically, they call it the 3-month rule. Okay, after 3 months, a lot of their clients who are really wanting to transform their bodies, and that's the point where they quit. Because after 3 months, they don't have the physique that they wanted. They don't have the results yet that they wanted to get when they started the personal trainer program, when they started going to the gym and trying to transform their nutrition and look better, lose weight or add muscle. 3 months is the point when they decide, you know, I've had enough. And it's tragic because that's literally just about when the clay is about to mold, just about when things are about to change for you. And just at the point when you're about to have a transformation, people just, for some reason they can't see things getting any better, and that's where they quit and they leave it. And I've seen it time and time again in the Amazon groups. In FBA Secrets, my course, we have a load of members doing awesome things, but there is a pattern. Around about 3 months, people have got some results, and it's really good, but they've got over the initial high of the course where they're really excited and they're making sales and things, and 3 months' time they think, well, you know, I'm not, you know, making, say, £3,000 a month yet, so I'm just going to quit, I'm just going to leave it. But what they don't realise is if they hang on for 2 or 3 months more, they would have really, really changed their life and transformed it. And I promise you, when you get to that point where you've transformed your life, 6 months in, maybe it takes 9 months, it varies. For different people will get different results at different stages. But once you get to that point where your life is changed, you will never go back. The amount of millionaires who have lost it all and then got it all back in an 1/8 or a 1/10 of the time, because they've already been through the transformation, right? They've already done it. They understand the mechanics of how to do it. They've developed themselves. They've been through the journey. If they lose it all, they can get it all back again because they've already had the transformation. So when you get through that point, when you've done those whatever months, or maybe it's a year to get through that transformation, transform your finances, really get your business moving, there's no turning back. You will never want to turn back, and you'll be a new person. Okay, so number 3 is consistent action, and I cannot stress this enough. Don't expect this stuff to just happen in a few days or a few weeks. Keep going. Put in an hour or 2 a day. Okay, and if you really, really want to take it seriously, guys, then I very much recommend, rather than messing around, you know, trying to hash it out by yourself, join FBA Secrets. Come and join us. There's 158 members in there right now. Last night we had an awesome webinar on outsourcing, hiring VAs. I did about 2 hours training on this to get you guys, you know, even transforming your life even more, getting more free time, and just making your life easier by offsetting the work to other people. And if you join on the webinar tonight, I'm going to give you an offer to join FBA Secrets tonight if you want. If you're at the stage. If not, you've got the mechanics you need right in this group. Go to the top. There's the Fast Start Guide there. Use these 3 points, okay? Mindset and environment. Number 1, most important thing. There's nothing more important, because you can be successful in any realm once you have those 2 things, okay? Surround yourself by awesome people. That's the number 1 thing. That will sort out your environment. That will help with your mindset. Get your mindset happening on autopilot. By the way, guys, if you want to connect with awesome people, that's a great thing to do. And I get a load of messages with people saying, you know, would you meet up with me? Will you help me? Will you teach me things so I can learn, so I can be better, so I can learn from you about Amazon? But if you want to reach out to people who are sort of doing things and are having great success, you want to be around them and surround yourself with people like that, my number 1 recommendation is you have to offer them some kind of value. Okay, you can't just beg people to give you 3 free things for nothing. You have to offer them some kind of value. I don't know what it is. It's hard to say. One actual piece of really genuine value that you can give somebody is just a real, genuine, well thought out compliment. If you say to someone, I mean, if someone said to me, like, Ollie, I love the way you teach Amazon. It's very relatable, and you know, I haven't really found much training out there like yours, or something like that. Basically just flatter me in some way. I'm going to think like, wow, you've given me something. So if you want a little bit of help along your journey along the way, then I'm going to reciprocate and definitely give it back to you. Okay, so when you're trying to surround yourself by people, expand your network, connect with people who are really doing things that you want to do, offer some kind of value. It doesn't really matter what it is, as long as they would find it valuable, and think about what they would value in a relationship with you. Okay, so that's how you can begin that. So that's step number 1, mindset and environment. Step number 2, mechanics. Make sure you understand how everything works. Step number 3, consistent action. Guys, if you put these 3 simple steps into action and you actually listen to what I have to say, take my advice, I promise you, you cannot go wrong. And this is not down to chance. It's not going to be down to luck whether you're successful. Stick at it. Implement these 3 essential things and you will be successful. I promise. So definitely go for it, guys. I'm going to have a look at some of these. I've got a few questions here. I'm going to see if there's anything I can answer. I don't know if they're just... let's have a look. Awesome. A few people saying they couldn't connect. Hopefully it's better. I think there'll be a recording of this anyway. James Dinsell says, have you been reading the Arnold Schwarzenegger book? I haven't actually, man. I do need to read that. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's an example of the fact that success can be applied in so many different fields. I mean, how can you crack bodybuilding, go on to crack property, then go on to crack politics and Hollywood? Well, it's because he had the foundation of the mindset and the self-belief in bodybuilding, and he just translated it to all the other areas. That's how. So yeah, awesome, James, man. I haven't read that yet. Marina says, loves self-development. Awesome, that's really cool. So important for anyone wanting to grow as a person. It's so true, it's so important. In fact, I can usually tell whether someone's going to be successful based on, if I have a look at their Facebook sometimes, people I'm coaching or in my groups, I have a look at go and stalk their Facebooks. And if I see that they like Tony Robbins or they're into anybody like Jim Rohn, Les Brown, and there's countless of people who teach self-development. If I see anyone on their page of those names cropping up, then I know, Dale Carnegie, people like that, I know they're going to be successful. It's because they're taking responsibility for their mindset, for their development, and for their results. They're not blaming other people and saying, why aren't I successful? Why haven't you made me successful? They're taking responsibility for their own state and their own actions, which is just really cool. So I totally agree with you there. Awesome. James says, yeah, Arnie talks about the naysayers not taking any notice of them. That's so true. Ignore that. People are going to tell you that you can't do things, and 100% of the time it's because they don't believe they can do it. The amount of people that told me or at least hinted to me that it just wasn't possible to create a business and have it successfully running for a long period of time and reach crazy heights was unbelievable. And actually it starts to motivate you, starts to build you up, and you can actually use that as fuel to push you and guide you. Sometimes no is the biggest motivator. So yeah, bear that in mind, guys. If anyone's a naysayer telling you can't do things, just maybe send them to this group and show them all the crazy things going on in here, because we've got some awesome success stories and I absolutely love it. Someone messaged me the other day saying they did £500 in profit just using the Fast Start Guide. That's amazing. Awesome. This view is so cool. Grateful to be here. It's in the Hilton Sluisen, which is in Södermalm, just by the sort of river. Overlooking the river. Very, very cool. Awesome, guys. So look, if you haven't done already, I'm going to put a link in the comments for my masterclass tonight. Come in, hang out, start surrounding yourself by people who have got that goal, who really want to start doing some crazy things with their lives. We really want to push through the norm and reach beyond mediocre, right? We want to achieve crazy things. So I'm going to be teaching you exactly how to get your Amazon business off the ground, and it's a great place that you can ask me questions about anything you like throughout, and we're going to talk about how to get to your first £1,000 a month within 90 days on Amazon, and that's profit, right? We want to get you £1,000 a month profit selling on Amazon within 90 days, and that's basically, I mean, £1,000 a month is kind of it's like proof that you've got a business that's doing something, right, that's working. So yeah, we're going to go through that exact action steps to get there. Awesome. Marina says, when can I find more details about the FBA Secrets group? You could join the webinar tonight. I'm going to be talking about it tonight, Marina, if you like. Go to ecommercefreedom.com/webinar. I'll put it in the comments there. Awesome, guys. Emmanuel says, how to use the services of the outsourced guys in Philippines. Maybe I'll do a chat soon about outsourcing for you guys. Go to onlinejobs.ph if you want to find freelancers. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for viewing. It's awesome that I got to spend a little bit of time with you. Hope you found this valuable, and hopefully I'll see a lot of you on the webinar tonight, because it's going to be really cool. I've got some awesome content for you. Ricardo says, how much do you need to get going to achieve £1,000 a month? To be honest with you, Ricardo, in terms of capital outlay, you can start with any amount, and then basically it just depends how long it'll actually take you to get to that point. So if you start with, say, £200, guy we have an FBA Secrets group called Steve Gowdy started with £200. Now, 9 weeks later, he's been spending the money on stock. It sells for a profit. Then he reinvests the money on more stock, and he's building up his capital. Now he's doing, I think, £1,000 a week in sales, which is £250 a week, which is £1,000 a month. So he started with £200, and it took him 9 weeks to get there. So that can be done. I mean, but then again, it depends how much effort you're willing to put in. You're willing to reinvest all of your profits. Are you starting with if you're starting with £1,000, then you should be able to get there in 5-6 weeks if you take the action. Obviously, there's no guarantees. It's all down to you and how much you put in. Awesome. James says, how much turnover do you need to do the £1,000 a month profit? Probably around about 3 to 4 grand a month turnover, I'd say. It does depend on your products that you find in the markups and things like that. It all depends on your business model, but I'd say around 3 to 4k should get you £1,000 per month profit. If you're using FBA, if you're doing a lot of retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, things like that, it should be fair enough. Awesome. All right, guys, thanks. I hope you found that valuable. If you've got any more questions, pop them in there. I'll answer. That's fine. I've got a couple minutes. And then I'm just going to maybe have a coffee, snack, and then get ready for tonight's masterclass. I can't wait. I love doing these things. It's my favourite part of my entire week because I get to teach you guys all my awesome secrets. And yeah, it's really cool. I think we've got about 500 people signed up for tonight's one. It's going to be a big one. We're interviewing a lady called Maria, who's an FBA Secrets member, on how she's managed to do 2 grand in sales this month using the FBA Secrets course, and how she went from using the Fast Start Guide to joining FBA Secrets and really upped her sales after that. So that'll be fun tonight. Ricardo says, do you recommend the guys that sell leads? I don't want to badmouth these guys. They're doing an awesome thing, but personally I don't use them because I like to find my own leads. I want leads that nobody else is going to jump on. So personally I don't use them, but there must be some good stuff in there, guys. I mean, if you can utilize them, then why not? You know, have a look in there. But just be careful. Think about, you know, the repercussions that every investment you make is going to have in your business, okay? Think about it. Think about every opportunity you're presented with, whether it's an online arbitrage deal or a retail arbitrage deal, a lead that you've bought from someone else. Think about how it's going to impact on your business before you make it, and think about every single situation in isolation, okay? So it's all about just assessing. Like if there's 100 people on a group and they're giving out leads, say 10 to 20 people buy a lead, it's going to get saturated. So maybe don't buy quite as many products. Let's have a look. Got a few more questions. That's cool. Kerry says, going to try and get on the webinar tonight. Only watch the recorded one. Awesome, Kerry. See you on there. Marina says, thank you. Can you put a link to tonight's webinar? Tell you what, if someone wants to be awesome and type in ecommercefreedom.com/webinar for Marina there. In fact, Marina, you could probably just, yeah, so ecommercefreedom.com/webinar. That's the link for tonight. If someone wants to type that in there as well, that would be cool. I'll do it after once I've finished broadcasting. Emmanuel says, hey Ollie, what's the scanner is the best to use? It appears we now have to pay for Profit Bandit. Yeah, Profit Bandit's $10 a month. You should just pay for that, I think. You should just pay for that because it's a great service. $10 a month is not going to be much. That's what, one product, you know. Matthew says, thank you for your mentorship. God bless. Thanks for being so generous. You inspire me, young man. Awesome. Hey, cheers. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Ishan says, do you use any UK wholesalers? Not right now, to be honest with you. I'm doing mainly online arbitrage at the moment. I'm not really using any wholesalers. I use the occasional individual supplier from eBay, get a few bulk deals off there. You guys can look on there as well. But I don't use any wholesale websites or anything like that. There we are. Kerry's just put the link for the webinar. Cheers, Kerry. You can jump on there. We're starting at 8 PM UK time. So how long we got? Let me have a look. We got, so what is it, 7:30? Oh, it's 7:30 here, so that means it's 6:30 there. It's got an hour and a half till that begins. Jump on maybe 20 minutes early. I'm going to be talking to people and stuff before we join, so definitely jump on there like maybe 7:45 or something. You'll get the link sent to your email. It's all very easy. Ricardo says, what's online arbitrage? Okay, so online arbitrage is basically where you buy things cheap from e-commerce stores online and you sell them for a profit on Amazon. Arbitrage has been going on for like thousands of years, right? I mean, back in the day, you'd have merchants going down trade routes, buying things at one market from a retailer, say in Roman times or whatever, and then they'd travel down the trade route and sell it where it's more expensive at a different point on the trade route, different marketplace. We're doing the same thing 2,000 years later, but just buying stuff from online stores for cheap, selling them for more expensive on Amazon. Rabia says, how do I join the masterclass tonight? There's a link there that Kerry just posted, Rabia. A few comments above yours. You should be able to just click on there and sign up, and then you'll get an email with instructions. Emmanuel says, hi, I do apologise, won't be on tonight. Just suffered a bereavement off to my auntie's place. Okay, man, sorry to hear that. Maybe you can make the next one. No worries. Okay, guys, awesome. If you've got any more questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. If not, then I'm going to go get myself a coffee or something. It's been really fun hanging out. I hope to see a lot of you there tonight. Great stuff, guys. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to call it a day. Thanks a lot for being here. You can watch the recording, by the way. If it was out of sync or if it wasn't working, you can just watch the recording there. It should be all fine for you. All right. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. See you later. Take care.